Hi, quotes from Dumb Money. Meme stock mania is taking place yet again. For over 3 years, he's been on hiatus, and Roaring Kitty is back in full force, and he is moving some of these stocks big time. Ricky Gutierrez, a retail trader and YouTuber with more than 1 million subscribers, not Roaring Kitty. Thanks for joining us. What should people know?
Sandra, thank you so much for having me.
It's really specific circles that, you know, you drop the name Roaring Kitty that know about this, and it's really people who are looking to make a fast buck, right? So what is all of this about, and what does it mean that Roaring Kitty is back?
Yeah, so back in 2021, it seemed like he gathered a huge following solely based off of the idea of he believed in this company. He thought that it was way undervalued, and the whole, I would say, fascination about GameStop itself was really because it was so heavily shorted. So this whole movement started to be able to stick it to the big guys. And then knowing that he came back in 2024, just a few weeks ago, I actually just finished watching one of his live streams here on YouTube where he disclosed his open position, which was the first live stream that he actually hosted since being gone for the past 3 years.
Interesting. I guess we'll leave it up to people to decide whether or not they condone buying stock with your hard-earned money just to stick it to somebody. Usually that's not really covered by Wall Street analysts. Okay, so this is Roaring Kitty in his own words. Listen.
You should keep your eye on stuff too. Reserve the right to change your mind about stuff just like I do. Don't follow anyone blindly. Nothing on this stream is advice. Hopefully you all know that, right?
So, I mean, I have a very deep background in finance and once was a trader. I was active on a trade desk. I'm very well aware that people want to make a quick buck, but this concept of just buying and selling because somebody tells you to, rather than on a company's fundamentals, isn't it risky?
Exactly. It's as risky as it gets. And one of the things that I love to preach on my YouTube channel is how this is just a glorified pump and dump. Like if you were to be able to define a pump and dump, I mean, I don't think it could be defined any more clearly than GameStop itself. Now, there's no question that you can make a ton of money, but the biggest goal that any person going into the stock market, just like you know, is we're all here for the same reason, and that's to make money.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, just like back in 2021, a handful of these people are left holding the bag. And it seems like that might be the case going on this time, where after market hours yesterday, we were up 45%, but now looking during normal trading hours, GameStop is down 32%, giving back everything that it gained after market hours and then some.
Yeah, I mean, here's the 5-year chart of GameStop, for example, from June 2019 to noon today, Eastern time, and it's been extremely volatile, and that can be really, really tricky for an everyday investor. But we get it. We get that people want to be in there. What should happen here? Do you think that there's talk of like, you know, regulating activity like this? Or do you think people should just be able to play in the stock market however they wish?
Now, my biggest issue with this whole GameStop movement is not so much about people's ability to just be able to freely buy whatever company it is that they want to. I am all for that. Now, for Roaring Kitty to be investigated while we have a series of politicians that continue to show that they are outperforming the S&P 500, I think the biggest thing, and I don't know if I could speak for the people, but the biggest thing that everyone really just wants are fair playing grounds, where if we are only going to go for the small guy, but never go after the politicians that continue to outperform the S&P 500, that just doesn't seem like a fair marketplace to me.
A level playing field always sounds pretty good, but do your homework, and the stock market is accessible to everyone who wants to participate in it, and that is the beauty of it. Thanks so much.